to another Mindfulness Mondays with your sister, Summer Solstice. Live here on Inglewood Virtual Recreation. Always shouting out Inglewood Virtual Recreation for this beautiful platform that they have set up for all of us Inglewoodians to share. Whew! How was this week? Oh, let me not forget the pleasantries. Welcome to everyone coming back for another session of Mindfulness Mondays, and welcome to the newcomers who are just joining me today on Mindfulness Mondays. And don't forget, if you guys are loving the sessions, please like and share. Sharing is caring. And you never know who else might need to hear this message as well. So, again, how was the week? Were you guys empowered? Because that was our self-mastery tool for last week. And our power card was to adjust. And who all did their homework? Because guess what? I have a special gift. Yes, a special gift for the first person who can send me a picture of either their jar of all of their pennies that they put in for their negative thoughts they had during this week, or send me a picture of your affirmations that you were supposed to place underneath your pillow at night and also recite 3 times for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Yes, you guys didn't know that there was going to be a special little gift involved, did you? But for all those that did their homework, please send me a photo. And like I said, the first person to send me the photo shall receive a free gift. So hit me in the DMs. Summer Mullen actually is the my DM name. So send a picture there, and I will definitely send you guys your free gift. So of course, yes, you're gonna have to drop me your address and all that good stuff. And guess what? I just happened to be looking through my grandfather's, all his stuff, because I'm actually looking up all of my ancestors and finding my lineage. So I'm excited about that too. And I just happened to find his old pair of glasses. And I am too excited about that. Look at these. I mean, they actually have the fold over ear flaps and everything. So I was too excited. So I'm like, I'm gonna represent G-Pop today and throw his glasses on, even though they're a little whew, I think the prescription is a little bit too much for me, but we're gonna work it on out. And I don't even know how to put these on. I probably should have did this before the show started, so I wouldn't be looking crazy trying to put the glasses on, but we're gonna work it out. Okay, here we go. Woo! Hey! What do you guys think? Oh, I think they look pretty decent, right? I'm excited about it. I'm I couldn't even tell you how old these glasses are in this style. So if anybody actually knows, let your sister know. Okay, let's dive on into the good stuff. This is why we're here, right? So let's go over last week. And again, for those that are just tuning in, Mindfulness Mondays, I will give you tools on how to, let's see, what you need to do in order to become a master of your mind. Okay, so mindfulness really is just being self-aware of all of your thoughts, your feelings, your mannerisms, your everything, moment by moment. Self-awareness is key. Yes? Okay, so last week we had power, right? That was our power last week. And as I tell everyone each week, when I read these cards, make sure you're writing them down so that you can reference it throughout the week, so you can remind yourself of what your tool is, what your power is for that week. So last week was actually power. And it reads, I am the master of my destiny. As a master, I am defined as being able to accomplish anything I can think of. I can no longer say I can't. Right? That was so powerful to me. And I always like to share because, like I said, I'm doing this with you guys too. I'm on this walk just like everyone else. a lot of times people will, look at like beings like myself and be like, well, they got it all together. And, she's just sailing along and life is good. Don't get me wrong. Life is fantastic. But guess what? Obstacles come my way. Everyone is tested, whether it be daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. We all get tested. So, like, don't look at me as if like, oh, well, she doesn't go through anything and all is well in her world. Because, well, let me tell you something. Especially, when you are a vessel, of light, to other beings, and it is your purpose to be called to teach and things like that. Trust me, the tests be really real. They be coming like, pew, 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 pew. You be like, oh, woo, 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 woo. You know what I mean? Trying to be like, okay, and you got to center yourself. So I do these things right along with you guys, but I pull these cards for myself actually each and every day. And peace and blessings. Shout out to everyone that is watching. Peace, peace. So the power card for last week was, I am the master of my destiny. As a master, I am defined as being able to accomplish anything I can think of. I can no longer say I can't. And again, I'm going to share my power story of this week. So I don't know if you guys know, but I'm on this raw, lifestyle, raw eating. Shout out to Senna Berry and Keela Berry over there at DYL. And so I'm doing this raw. And when I tell you that this is a doozy. Now, mind you, I was pescatarian before this, and I thought that I was eating like healthy, and that I was, doing everything right, and I was in my lane. No, spirit, ancestors are like, no, we need you to step it on up a notch. We need you to open up yourself a little bit more. We need you to cleanse out all those extra toxins from the grains and everything that you thought was so healthy for you, and all these seeds and everything you were intaking. And so I embarked on this journey because I always, again, you have to listen when spirit speaks. You gotta listen, because if you don't, they just gonna throw some more stuff at you. Then eventually you just gonna have to do what they ask anyway. So when I tell you that this like juicing and just like having liquids and more liquids, and mind you, I wasn't a fruit. I'm not a fruit lover. I didn't really eat fruit, at all. So this is just encompassing fruit and more fruit and smoothies and juice. If I did not understand that I have the power, and what I speak becomes and what I think becomes, I would have quit this thing a while ago. Because let me tell you, you're cleansing, so you're losing weight. And I didn't really start out that, like heavy to begin with. So I've lost even more weight in this small frame. So I'm like, wait a minute, bones is popping out, like, woo, woo. Now I could have sit up here and said what? I can't. I could have been like, I can't do this. I can't do it. I can't do it. But guess what? There is no can't. Can't does not exist. My soul tribe, can't is a word that you just need to like do like this and throw it out. And throw it out, because it doesn't exist. There's nothing that you can't do. There are only things that you won't do. This is what I tell everyone. It's only things you won't do. So throw that word can't on out, because if I was to take that word in and say I can't do this, I would have quit. Every time I got to go. And let me tell you the steps, when you are on this raw lifestyle, every day I get up, I have to juice. I got to cut. I got to slice. I got to peel. This is an everyday thing. You're talking about, hours out of the day. You're constantly in the kitchen. You're washing your hands. You're cutting. You're juicing. You got to wash the juicer after everything. After every time you do something, you juice apples, you got to wash the machine. Then it's like, oh, time to have some fresh orange juice. Go in there, slice, peel. My fingertips literally feel some type of way from peeling the oranges constantly. Then you put them in the machine. You got a juice machine. Then you got a wash machine. Then it's next like, oh, smoothie time. Got to go ahead. It is constant. And if you are not disciplined in here, because everything is mind, what I tell everyone, everything is mind, So what you put in here is processed through the rest of your body, and everything shall follow after that. So again, if I was in that can't mindset, I would have quit. I would have quit and said, I can't do this. I can't do this. But I know I am the power. I have the power. I speak over myself. Okay, I speak the words. I send that proper energy out into the etheric field, and it has no choice but to be answered. So I take on my power. I enact my power daily, constantly. I've been studying a lot of Buddhism, and Hinduism. And, you learn that there are like 3 different stages of mind. There's the deceptive, neurotic mind, which is the one that keeps you all anxious and crazy and, worked up. And then there's like the depression, mind that keeps you in. But then there is like this super consciousness, you know what I mean? You have that like positive, mindset. The one that speaks positively to you, that knows, that's like your soul, that knows exactly like who you are and what you are capable of, and understanding that you are an unlimited being with unlimited possibilities. But you gotta retrain that brain. You gotta retrain, put in positive things into that processor, because that's what your brain is. Your brain is a processor, because the mind and the brain are 2 different entities, okay, or 2 different things. The mind is the intellect, okay, the conscious intellect, okay, and the brain literally is just the processor. So whatever you're putting into the brain, it processes it. It's like, oh, okay, whoop, she thinks she's lacking. He thinks he's lacking. Okay, we're lacking. And then you're sending that messages down to your cells, into your organs, and into your blood. And then from there, it just gets put out into the atmosphere. So it's like you're wondering while you're thinking that you're depressed, and all of a sudden you start feeling it in your body. And that's when like the restless nights come in, and that's when you can't get out of bed, and that's when you're like, I just feel terrible. Yeah, because guess what? You process that literally into your cells and into your body. So it has no choice but to respond. So that's why when you're happy and you're always thinking positive, your body feels better, So people are like, why are you always you're so happy, you're always smiling, you're always this? And I'm like, well, you know what? I put positive things into my body. So my cells is dancing. When I'm dancing, they dancing too. They in there, ooh, 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 ooh. We're doing all that. But again, I have the ebb. I've had the times where you got to talk yourself through these things. I've had my times where I felt like I've been, in the bed laid back like, this is just too difficult. I can't, I can't do this. And then guess what? Because I have done so well at putting positive thoughts into this processor, that it kicks in. It kicks in. My superconscious kicks in and say, oh, no. Remember, you have the power. We don't speak those types of things, into our existence. That is not who we are. There is no Cant. We are not downtrodden. We don't do this woe is me. Because what you have to understand, what I was, telling you guys last week, is that emotions are stemming, and your feelings are stemming from your past experiences, okay? They are stemming from places that you put into your subconscious mind that are then processed into your conscious mind. What people don't understand is that you think that you're being conscious and you're making like these choices consciously in your life. No, they're actually like spilt over waste from your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind actually controls your conscious mind. That's why it's important that you reprogram the subconscious with positive thoughts and positive affirmation and thoughts and even images. You got to make sure even what you're watching is positive. If you already know that you are in a state, or you have the energy of being angry, your state of being right now in this part of your journey is that you feel like you are always angry. And you sitting up there and you're watching violent movies, violent shows, you're listening to violent music. What do you think is happening? Your cells is taking on all of this violence, all of this anger, all of it. And you're just fueling that state of being that you're already in. You got to stop watching it. You got to stop watching violence. You got to stop listening to violence, okay? You got to stop spewing the violence out of it, because it's only coming from an experience that you are allowing for your state of being to constantly be in. I know, that's a lot to digest, right? Because trust me, it was a lot for me to digest. I'm like, no, I'm angry because such and so. I don't know if you guys saw the video. I did a video clip like last night that I came across and was like, no, you point that finger. When you point fingers and be like, now, I don't like because she angry, or I don't like him because, he thinks that he's all that, or I don't like him this, or she does this. Those three is pointing right back at you. And you have to say to yourself, okay, why? Where is this energy coming from? Where is this energy coming from? Because that energy is coming from an experience. And so you have to then go back, sit with yourself, because this is what meditation is really all about. Meditation is sitting with yourself and focusing on one aspect or whatever it is you want to focus on. You have your anger and you ask Spirit, you tap in to your higher self and you ask your higher self, why or what is the reasoning for me being in this state? Where is it coming from? And you have to then go in and find the source of that anger. Face it head on, recognize it, and then let it go. That's what meditation is all about. Because it's funny, because I was just watching one of my teachers, and she was saying that, okay, like if somebody comes up and punches you in the face, yeah, it's their fault that they punched you in the face, but your anger behind them punching you in the face is all about you. Ain't that a trip? I was like, whew. So wait a minute. Let me get this straight. Somebody punches me in the face, and if I get angry, that has everything to do with me, and not the fact that this person just punched me in my face. That's a hard thing to swallow, isn't it? It's real hard to swallow, because it was really, really difficult for me to swallow. But it's like, I understand, because again, when you have reached that place of oneness and samadhi and understand that you are all, I am you, you are me, we are we. And if it was drawn to you, it was there to show you something about you. It was there as a reflection to where you are in your walk, in your journey. Because we all come here to basically find ourselves again and to enact all these experiences for us to reach samadhi, which samadhi is just oneness. Okay? Samadhi is aligning yourself, cleansing and clearing out all of these chakras and all of this energy, and understanding how to function through these different experiences and situations in a loving way, and recognizing that it's all there again to stretch and grow you, and so as the flesh, as the flesh tries to understand this, because the flesh is going to has its own thoughts and all of that. Not necessarily thoughts, but I know you guys understand what I'm saying. It will. What's the word I want to say? It's almost like an influence, because that's where the ego comes in. The ego is there to test you even further. So it's about how you, or what you place again into the processor, and your intellect, what level of where your intellect, which is mind, what state of being that's in. It's really simple, but because we, as we're born, and depending upon our parents and what we're taught, like I said to you guys probably in the second week of Mindfulness Mondays, during the Hypnagogic Stage, which is from gestation till about 7 years young, is who you are. So that's why it's so important, as I stated to parents of young little beings, make sure you are pouring those positive concepts, positive tools into those little beings, because they are literally sponges, as most people know, sponges. at that particular stage. So they are just soaking in everything. So if you're angry all the time, they picking up on that. If you're sad all the time, they're picking up. They're like, oh, okay, this is the state of being. That's normal. Okay, I'm supposed to be angry. Okay, I'm supposed to be sad. Okay, I'm supposed to, like, curse people out when they do me wrong. I'm supposed to lash back, and I'm supposed to react instead of responding. They are picking all these things up. And so as they get, you see little kids, like, you curse around them, and they're like 2, 3 years old. Next thing you know, they curse. You're like, what? And then you want to get mad at them for when they do exactly what you have shown them is okay and normal. Right? Yeah. You want to then, spank them and punish them for the example that you allowed to have around them. Yeah, I know. That's real deep, because I had to go back and think about that, as far even as my daughter. She's 22 years young at this point. So, but she has been such a mirror to me, and it's like, whew, she has so many of my old qualities, and I'm like, wow, I was that. Because I'm going to tell you something. Again, this being that you guys see before you, that's like always tiptoeing through the tulips and everything's beautiful and pretty and pink, was not always this being. And I told people, listen, she's still in the back pocket. Because I'll pull her out, when it's absolutely necessary. Of course, when I have to truly defend myself, and if it's a situation where I'm trying to be harmed. But other than that, I make it mindful to respond and not react. But getting back to her being a mirror, it's like I see all of what I poured into her at a very, very young age. So now, I'm working on getting her to have different ways of being and different ways of thinking, so it's like I'm reprogramming her. And now she's like, well, wait a minute, all my life up until about 15, you was this being, and now we want to change over. Now you're dancing through tulips, and the world is beautiful. And it's like, oh no, don't come against that being. Oh no, you don't argue. Oh no, you don't curse people out. Oh no. She's like, I'm gonna work on it, but I ain't there yet. And again, this is a daily walk. You ever heard of the saying, say we die daily? We have to die daily. It's the truth. These parts of ourselves, we have to work on each and every day. I have been in isolation for the last probably 2-3 months of really just being in my sacred space here and staring and listening and meditating, and I'm doing spiritual baths. I'm doing all types of cleansings, to finish off getting the rest of all this yuckiness, all of these the lower aspects of me out. But you have to do these things daily, because you think about it. However young you guys are, it took you all these years to be that particular being. So it's going to take you some time to deprogram and to detox your system, your mind, your brain from all these this again lower vibrational aspects. It's going to take some time. It's not no 1, 2, 3. You're going to have to go through some things. You're going to have to go through. You're going to have to purge. Day before yesterday, sharing another story with you guys. I literally sat and cried my eyes out for about 7 to 8 good minutes. Cry. And all it took was one little sentence that I was reading, because like I tell you guys, I pull cards for myself every day. And I pulled the strength card. And the strength card is basically letting you know that they're a picture of a woman who's petting a lion. And that lion on that card represents the wild side of you, the beast within you. And it's just showing you that all it takes is love and calm in order to tame that aspect of you, that aspect of you that is either enraged or hurting, from your experiences, which were tools to shape you into who you are. Now, it's either you took the positive aspect of your experiences, or you took on the negative and decided that, I'm just going to continue to be depressed and angry and, and hell on wheels, because I want to hold on to this, because for whatever reason, it's fueling you. But all it takes is love and calm. And when I read that, whatever was left in me that still was unfinished, I burst out into tears, literally burst out into tears, because when you tapping in and you're tuning in and you're really opening yourself up to hear, when you seek spirit or you seek clarity and you're asking, I tell you, however you reverence, the absolute, the all, the everlasting energy, God, however you reverence that energy, when you ask for clarity and you ask to be shown what to do in order for you to heal, you be ready. Be ready, because it's going to be revealed, and you are going to have to change some things. You are going to have to let go of some things in order for you to really get to that place of peace. Soul Tribe. Whew. Deep cleansing breath on that. Deep cleansing breath. Ooh, can we take a deep cleansing breath together? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. You're going to have to let go of those things that you have been holding on to for dear life, because it gives you the permission to be angry. It gives you the permission to be sad. It gives you permission to make all the excuses in the world as to why you can't do this and why you can't do that and why this hasn't happened in your life and this, that, and other. It gives you the permission to keep pointing that finger. It gives you permission to keep pointing that finger. And you don't realize the fingers is pointing back at you. When you're walking around in those types of energies, your ego is feeding off of that. And you're allowing yourself to operate in those energies. And you just cannot do that. It's time to let go. It's time to say, I can, excuse me, and I will. I can and I will, because I say so. Because I say so. Because I speak that into my life. And I will no longer accept my ego and my old programming to run me anymore. It's time to get serious. It's time to take your power, or ignite your power. Because you ain't got to take it, because it's in there already. It's in there. You just got to flip that switch and say, I have the power. I'm in control. And that's it. And leave it at that. Okay. With that being said, let's check the time, make sure I'm on the right. Okay, yes. Time to get into what our self-mastery tool is for this week. And for those that are just tuning in, last week I had given some homework, and I said for you guys to drop your, get a jar and put coins in every time you have a negative thought about anything. I don't care what the thought is or whom it's about. It could be about it could be about the dinner you had. Like, that was terrible. Whatever it was, put a penny in a jar so that you can hold yourself accountable, and actually it will let you know how many negative thoughts that you are having daily and weekly. And so I put out there today when the show started that whomever sends me a picture of their jar with their pennies in it will receive a free gift from Summer Solstice LLC. Okay? And so you're going to have to send me the picture and drop me your address, and I will send you a free gift from my business. Exactly. I get excited to give things away. Anyway. So do that for me. First person. Drop it in my DMs actually, or you can drop it in the comments here. Like I said, whoever sends me the first picture gets a free gift. So let's see, what is the self-mastery tool for this week? What is the self-mastery tool for this week? Ooh, I get excited. Ooh, I get excited. Ooh, 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 excited. All right, here we go. Let's see. What is the self-mastery tool for this week? And here we go. Honesty. Yay! My favorite. And it reads, hopefully you guys got your pen and paper out. Write this down. And it reads, I love it when spirit synchronizes with what I was already speaking. And that's why I pull these, like, random. So you guys can know that this is just spirit flowing in me and through me to do this. Because guess what it says? I let down my ego defenses. I was just talking about the ego, right? My fears are behind me. As a master, I am close enough to myself to be true to myself, to be read. And I am no longer afraid to be vulnerable. I have nothing to lose. Oh, that is so powerful. I'm going to read it again. Write it down. I let down my ego defenses. My fears are behind me. As a master, I am close enough to myself to be true to myself, to be read. And I am no longer afraid to be vulnerable. I have nothing to lose. Woo! Woo! I'm like, that just went all through my little spirit. Okay, let's break this down. Let's break it down. I let down my ego defenses because that's who the ego is. The ego is the ultimate defense mechanism. And don't get me wrong, I tell people the ego is necessary, but it's how you use it. Okay, and notice what I said, how you use it. Most of us is the ego is using us. Okay, it's running the whole entire show. We just walking around ego filled and the ego just whispering in our ear like, well, you know that, right? And guess what? Then you can't do that. No, we ain't gonna allow that to happen. Nope, that person did this. Ego just the talking, because we letting ego run the show all day. So you gotta let down the defenses. Tell ego, listen, you're necessary at times. You necessary. I love you. I do, because you are a part of me. Because the source saw fit to put that in us for a reason. Again, balancing all things is key. Balancing all things is key. So, but you got to let her down and say, look, I'm in control of this here train. Slow down. Pause for a minute. Let me handle this. Let my higher self handle this. So put down those ego defenses. My fears are behind me. Because what is fear? We all know. We've seen it 1,000 times. False evidence appearing real. There is no fear does not exist. It only exists because you allow it to exist. Because you, again, put these thoughts in your mind, like, because you don't know who you are. Because when you understand that you create your reality and that the source, and then you have your spirit guides, your angels, the ancestors, okay, the source got your back. When you put out into the etheric field, into the atmosphere, into the energy, that you know who you are and that you are powerful, that you are an unlimited being with unlimited possibilities, there is no fear because you know you got your whole tribe behind you, protecting you, walking with you the whole entire way. You got protection. That's why I tell people, call on those angels. You know how many times I've called on my angels? My mother, is an angel. My mother and my dad have transcended. And those who, that's tuning in that are from Inglewood, everyone knew my mother, Patricia Hooker. Okay, Miss Pat, Miss Hooker Brown. She has so many names, but everyone knew she was the most brightest being that I've ever known. And when she transcended, I said, ooh, gratefulness. Because I could not have asked for a better angel. I could not have asked for better protection. Woo! It fills me. It fills me. So you have to call on your ancestors because they're there to help you. Call on your angels. Call the source. Bring that to you and say, there is no fear. No matter what comes into your path, you have to know that it's there to show you something. It's there, again, as I always say, to stretch and for you to grow, for you to see exactly what you made of, to see where you are up in here. Because let me tell you something, this year, and I'm sure all of you can agree, it's been the test of all tests, the test. Okay? And Many of us are not making it through the test because here, we haven't focused here. We've forgotten who we are. Okay? And so when you're exuding such positive energy, like this negative stuff cannot exist in your space. That's what I want you guys to understand. It cannot exist when you are nothing but light and you are filling in. Now, again, there are going to be tests because the tests are tools. The tests are tools. I told you guys I lost my wallet 2 times this year. Twice in New York City. Once on the bus and once in the middle of the rainbow shop. And now before I'd have been like, all is lost. Oh, woe was me. But guess what? What I did? I said, okay. And mind you, I had to go travel. I was doing a show. I had to go travel. I went there with $0. Zero. Because guess why? I said, okay, this is another test. No problem. No worries. And I kept visualizing that wallet coming back to me. I kept visualizing it coming in. I had a brother, shout out to Dexter Sapp, who was like, no, it's coming back to you. This is what we're going to do. We're going to change it up. We're going to change that mind up. And this brother actually sent me $200. And I was grateful. That's a friend. I was grateful. So I kept visualizing. And sure enough, a week later, ran back into that bus driver. And I said, brother, did you find a wallet? He said, yes, I did. Got the wallet. And I didn't tell you guys, I had $300 in that wallet because I was about to put some more money on some bills. I got the cash back. Everything was still in the wallet. That was the first time. Second time, same thing. Like I said, lost it in the rainbow shot. This was probably 2 months later. Now, mind you, I was like, okay, I made it through that. Visualize, this is good. I'm out this. No, they said, no, we're going to throw another test at you. We're going to make you lose this wallet again. And then I had another show. I had another show in Jersey to do. And I went there this time about $5. I was supposed to buy all these products and new stuff for my table. I went there with just this little bit of stuff that I had. Let me tell you something. It's probably one of the best shows I did. Almost sold out of all of my stuff. And about 4 hours into that vending event, somebody called me and said, oh, this is Jose. As you Summer? I said, yeah. He said, we got your wallet. So, moral of the story is, you got to stay positive. And that's only 2, so I can sit up here and tell you guys about a few things that happened in this year. But because I visualized all positive things and I stood on what I know to be true, okay? I stood on that I had all of this behind me, okay? They had my back, and that I was one with the source that is all powerful and all giving. I knew I was good, and I was. And it's still sustaining me right now. So put that fear behind you because it don't exist. It only has power when you give it power. Speak it. Speak what you want. And it shall be. Moving on. As a master, I am close enough to myself to be true to myself. What does that mean? You are close enough to yourself, meaning what? You understand yourself and you know who you are, which I just said. Okay? To be true to yourself. To be read. To be understood. Okay? To be open. To be able to reflect in order to be able to do your introspection. You're close enough to yourself to be true to yourself, to be read. And I am no longer afraid to be vulnerable. Let me tell you how that hits my whole entire being, because vulnerability, woo, is still what I'm working on, is being vulnerable, okay? Being open, with myself, being open, with others. And again, that comes with healing and letting go of all of that old stuff that no longer serves you. So you walking around with this defense mechanism from the ego, and you like, I'm not gonna be vulnerable to nobody. I'm not letting nobody in. Nobody's gonna get to me. Nobody's penetrating me. Yeah. Because it ain't nobody worthy, and you can't trust nobody out here. No, what you're saying is that you don't trust yourself. That's what you're saying. You don't trust your team, okay, behind you. That's what you're saying. It don't have nothing to do with that being. Because again, those beings are just mirror reflections for you to understand the places in which you still need to heal from. It ain't about you think you're doing a service to yourself by saying, I don't trust nobody. Okay? I'm not opening myself up to no one. It's like, no. I'm sorry. 1 second. My battery is dying. Be right back. There we go. Okay. So you think again that you're doing like a service to be like, oh well, I'm not trusting that person because they untrustworthy. No, again, you're not trusting yourself. It's you're not trusting. It has nothing to do with anybody else. And let me hit. There we go. Brightness back. So you have to work on those things, which is the source of where your non-trust comes from. Because again, there's always a source. There's always the source as to why you have these energies that you're carrying around. Source to your anger, a source to your sadness, you know what I mean? A source to you not trusting, a source to the reason why you won't be vulnerable. And you're, again, doing all this. Again, those beings did play a part in the process, you know what I mean? Of course they did. But again, they're there for a reason. For us to level on up. Okay? Because vulnerability, like I said, is still, something that I'm working on. I'm like, but again, it comes from my past. And I told you guys my past, a couple of weeks ago of, being raped and molested since I was 3 years young till I was like 13 from, multiple beings. That was my experience. And, domestic violence and drugs and alcohol and all types of things. Like I said, this vessel that you see sitting before you right here has been through some things. And I can tell you some stories. And you be like, I would never have thought. But I took the time to look in here. I said I will not be defeated. I will not continue to allow these past things to keep eating away at me. Okay? To allow them to control me. To make me less than. I knew that there was greatness in me. I said, this can't be it. I can't be, just an alcoholic. Okay? I can't be just doing these drugs. I will not. Okay? Going back to the power. Okay? I won't. And so I decided to start doing the work. And now, I help others to do the work too. So, and I'm no longer afraid to be vulnerable. I have nothing to lose. You have nothing to lose, soul tribe. You have nothing to lose. All you have is everything to gain. When you let go and open yourself up and understand and trust along the way that no matter what's happening, I'm going to be good. No matter what is transpiring, I'm well protected. Okay? I am protected by my loving ancestors and the angels that love and support me daily. Speak it. Speak it. Be it. Know it. Visualize it. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Trust me. Trust me. I wouldn't lie to you. I love you too much. I love you too much to lie to you. And you see it. I pray that you guys can feel this energy from me, that it is coming straight from my heart, from my soul. Because I want you guys to be at peace. I want you to feel that blissfulness, have that sense of serenity all around you. Because it's there. It's there. Be honest with yourself. Go in. Go in. And let's see what our power is for this week. Power. 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 We got the power. 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 We have the power to. face. We got the power to face. Oh, the face card is always a doozy. The face card is always a doozy. Let's see. Inner demons and foes are rungs on a ladder. Woo! I tell you, I can't even get through the first sentences sometimes. Leading me to my eternal self. Facing and overcoming obstacles transforms me, the hero, into a master. The power to face awakens my inner strength and self-knowledge. Woo! Oh, that almost made me teary-eyed, guys. Seriously, like, oh, I felt that all in my heart. Ooh, ooh, because I've been here. Write this down. Inner demons and foes are rungs on a ladder, leading me to my eternal self. This is what I'm saying to you guys. Those obstacles, those traumas and past hurts and all the things that you've experienced and are still experiencing now are rungs on a ladder, leading you to your eternal self. They are when you can get past each one of those foes, each one of them inner demons that you've been wrestling with. Inner demons can be anything. It could be, like I said, alcohol. It could be drugs. It could be sex. Okay, it could be lying. Whatever that inner demon is, it's there for you to level up. It's there for you to figure out, how do I get past this? What tools, okay, what do I need to draw from, which is always here, in order to keep stepping on up? You keep stepping like, step on that thing. Step on that thing and be like, no. I know who I am. Next. Oh, you coming at me now? Oh, this is it? Love you. Thank you for showing me. Thank you for, I'm getting to the next level, because this is what they are. They're level ups. Your inner demons and those enemies, those people that keep coming at you, they're there for you to level up, to get you to your eternal self. Facing and overcoming obstacles. What it says? Facing and overcoming obstacles transforms me, the hero. You are the hero. It's transforming you. These obstacles, facing them is transforming you, because when you get through it in a positive mind, you are transformed. When you start to respond and not react, you transform to your higher self. When you no longer allow the thoughts and feelings of other beings to disturb you in a way where it creates sadness within you, and you go into a depressive state because of what somebody else said, it transforms you when you rise above it. When you pull on that power and say, what? I am beautiful. Okay? I am powerful. Because guess what? The form that you are in here at this time in this life cycle, you chose it. Everything that you're experiencing, you chose it in order to understand yourself, in order to get back to your eternal higher self. And people be like, they like, Summer, you can't tell me that I chose these things. Remember, you are not your body. You are not this vessel. You are a soul being. Okay? We had to actually come from the greatest version of ourselves and smush ourselves into this little vessel thing here. When you leave here, you remember who you are. As a soul, you know who you are. You are not any of these things. Okay? You're not any of these. You're not these material possessions. You're not any of these things. You're not the thought that you think you are. All these things. You're not any of them. You are greatness. You are everything. You are everywhere. You're not bound by any of this stuff here in this 3D dimensional plane. Your greatness. You are the hero. You're the hero who decided to have a certain type of journey in this life cycle. Now, I can't speak for those who have a different perspective, of this life. I'm only speaking to those who understand what I'm saying, who is resonating with you in here. I only can speak what I understand and I know to be truth. We are greatness. We are not the experiences that we are experiencing, okay? We are the soul that's on a journey to enlightenment, to understanding the power that we possess here in this physical plane. Understand? Understand. The power to face awakens my inner strength and self-knowledge. When you face head on all these things in your life, it awakens your inner strength. And I want you to feel what I'm saying. I want you to feel it. Your inner strength. You do not give yourself credit enough for your strength and your resilience and all the things that you have grown through. You don't give yourself enough credit. Okay? You don't thank yourself enough for all that you have been through and all that you have lived through. Because I tell people, I'm not about surviving. People are like, well, I've survived. You know what surviving is like? It's just like, I just made it. I just made it. I survived. That's what survive means to me. But when you are living, that's a constant. You know, that's constant movement. It's like, oh, I'm flow. That's a flow. That's a flow word to me. You know, because that means, what is alive? How do you spell alive? A-L-I-V-E. When you are alive, that means you are living. You are live, which is live. What that means? It's happening right now. And I am living in the moment. And I'm going to flow with that moment. Because guess what? Moments are just that. They happening constant. So I'm like, I'm like, okay. Woo. Oh my goodness. It's like, ooh, that bill is due. Okay. That bill is due. All right. It's always going to be due. Ain't it always due? But guess what? You're going to say, I got it. All is well and I am safe. Money flows to me easily, freely, and effortlessly. Okay? I'm in a constant state of money, prosperity, frequency. Okay? I am the vessel with which money flows easily and freely. Okay? You know, I'm constantly being protected and supported by my angels and ancestors and the source that loves me. I am the source. That's what you do. It's no time to go into the lower aspect of yourself and be like, I am less than, I am lacking, I am unworthy. Because that's what you're saying to yourself. When you start to worry, that's what you're saying, that you don't have the power. When you have the power. I'm like, let me see what my time frame is. Oh, right. Time is almost up. I mean, loving these sessions with you guys so much. I just get going and like I can't stop. But you have the power. You got the power to face it. Awaken your inner strength. Be aware of yourself. Self-awareness is key. You are all that you say you are. Soul Tribe, hear me? You are all that you say you are. You are a powerful being, an unlimited being. Let's do a deep breath on that. Let's take that in. Let's put the feet on the ground. Posture up wherever you are. If you can do it real quickly. And I want you guys, when you're breathing in, to breathe in. I am powerful. Okay? That's it. I am powerful. And on 1, 2, 3, breathe it in. Oh, and breathe out anything else that no longer serves you. Breathe it out heavy. Go. Woo! Breathe it in one more time. I am greatness. Breathe it in. And this time I want you to breathe out through your teeth and like. Woo! And breathe in like, I am the wealth. Okay? Breathe that in. I am the wealth. Here we go. Oh, and breathe out the rest. Beautiful. Whew. I have enjoyed this session with you guys. As always, I appreciate your support. Thank you so much. My gratefulness is everlasting for all those that tune in. I'm like, gratefulness. If you have enjoyed this session and you feel like you need a little bit more, please sign up for one of my empowerment sessions through my website, www.sumersolstice.com. Empowerment sessions. I will help you to peel back all those layers. Okay, I will help you to see who you are. We will get to the bottom of what you need to let go. And please share this video. And if you guys have missed any of the other videos, you can either check them out here on Inglewood Virtual Recreation, or you can go to my YouTube channel. And please, if you guys can subscribe there, it would be such a help to me as well. And that's Summer Solstice on YouTube. So until next week, remember, get those jars. If you don't have those jars, put a penny in a jar every time you have a negative thought so you can see where you are. Write those affirmations down, at least 3 affirmations, and say them at least at breakfast time, lunch time, and dinner time 3 times each, and put them underneath your pillow at night. Okay, because we're going to do this together. Okay, we're going to do this together. We're here. Peace, love, and all the light.